Hello and welcome back. We're so glad you're here today. Come and join the Young Toddler group as we interact and play. My name is Tamika Reese and I'll be your guide through this visit. This month's theme is opposites, and this week we're going to be focusing on the different opposites that we have. So, to get started, we're going to sing our welcome song. All right, I'm pretty sure you all know it. Everyone's here today. Everyone's here today. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Everyone's here today. Then we're going to add our name. So whomever's in the room with you, you're going to go around the room and you're going to add each person's name. So Miss Tamika's here today. Miss Tamika's here today. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Miss Tamika's here today. So let's make sure we sing this song to get our child focused and ready to know that it's time for us to do our activity for this week. So we're going to start off with our book. Our book is entitled Opposites. And look, this one book has real life pictures. So remember, we're going to talk to the child about the different parts of the book. So we have the front of the book, the spine of the book, and the back of the book. So our title is Opposites. Look, there's a black cat and a white cat. Big, little. The orca whale is big. The goldfish is little. This is a mother polar bear with her cub. Guess what? Polar bears are the largest kind of bear. Can you find the big polar bear? Here's the big polar bear. Can you find the little polar bears? Look, we have 1, 2 little polar bears. It's beautiful. They're white on this nice, beautiful snow. What is this? Soft, hard. The cotton candy is soft. The lollipop is hard. It's playtime. Guess what? There are 5,657 stuffed animals in the world's biggest collection. Can you find the soft toys? Which toys are soft? See the stuffed animals? The nice soft toys. Those are soft toys. Can you find the hard toys? Which toy is hard? Look at these play trains, the blocks. Those are hard toys. Oh, what is this? Black, white. The puppy is black. The puppy is white. These sheep are grazing on a grassy hill. Guess what? A sheep is called a lamb. Can you find the white sheep? Look, all the white sheep. Can you find the black sheep? The black sheep. Ooh, look at this. Hot and cold. The cocoa is hot. Miss Tamika likes hot cocoa. The popsicle is cold. I also like cold popsicles. These kids are having fun at the beach. Guess what? It takes about 50 licks to finish 1 scoop of ice cream. Can you find something that's hot? What do you think is hot out in here? I think the sun might be hot. Can you find something that's cold? Ooh, I think these ice creams are cold and refreshing to help cool them off from the hot sun. Outside, inside. These clothes are outside the basket. These clothes are inside of the basket. This is a bedroom. where you sleep and play. Guess what? The world's biggest pillow fight had 3,706 people. Wow, that's a lot of people. Can you find things that are inside the cubby? So this is the cubby, that's the shelf that's holding the toys, and these items are inside the cubby. Can you find things that are outside the cubby? So the things that are on the cubby are outside the cubby, like the car, the ball, and the blocks. Let's see what you've learned. Can you find the opposites? So we have cold. Let's see if we can find something that's hot. The fire. Then we have a little tree. Wow, look at that big tree. Then we have something that's hard, the graham cracker. Look, I think the marshmallows are soft. Then we have something that's white. What's black? Maybe the little boy's pants? That's black. Then we have something that's outside. The books are outside the backpack. Look right here. The books are inside the backpack. I hope you enjoyed this book of opposites. Now we're going to focus on our sign language. So remember, we're going to go over what we learned last week. We talked about the first three, and we're going to move on to the next three this week. So let's review. So our first sign is eat, right? And then our next sign is drink. And our last sign that we learned last week was more. So remember, eat, drink, more. So we're going to start with our new signs for this week. So our first sign is going to be help. So to have your child, if you ask them, do you need help? Do you want me to help you? So you're going to place your palm out with your hand on top of it and your thumb up, and you're going to bring it forward. Help. So you're going to lift it up, bring it forward. Help. Do you need help? All right. So that's the first sign. Our next sign is I want. So basically you're going to cuff your hands like you're holding out, you're wanting something, for them to give you something, and you're going to bring it forward to you. Bring it back to you. So want. So want. So want help. Okay. So, and our last sign that we're going to talk about is all done. So basically, all done, like finish, all done. So let's go over our first sign, help. Remember, help. And then our next sign is want. And lastly, our final sign is all done, finish. So remember, our first eat, drink, more, help, want, all done. So do you want to eat? You want help? More, eat? All done. Our song for this month is The Wheels on the Bus. So remember, while we're doing this song, we're going to focus on the opposites. So like up, down, left and right, in and out, open and close. So let's get started. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and close, open and close, open and close. The doors on the bus go open and close, all through the town. The people on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. The people on the bus go up and down, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go left and right, left and right, left and right. The wipers on the bus go left and right, all through the town. The wheels on the bus go slow and fast, slow and fast, slow and fast. The wheels on the bus go slow and fast, all through the town. All right, good job. So this week we're going to have a double visit. So that means we have two parent-child interactions. So our first parent-child interaction is Playing catch. So for this activity, you're going to need an adult sock, some like beans or split peas. Right here I have some rice, maybe like a funnel or a scoop for you to be able to put it inside. And then to extend the activity, you're going to need a box or a laundry basket, something that's open for you to toss it. This activity, we are going to focus on motor skills. So your child is learning gross motor control as they toss and catch the beanbag. Physical activity helps your child get rid of stress and learn how to manage their emotions. So the physical activity is good, and then it is a good way because we've been spending a lot of time indoors. So this might be a good way for your child to be able to do some kind of that big gross motor movement indoors because of the way this situation is set up. So the parent activity for this playing catch is designing and guiding. As you offer your child the opportunity to roll or toss the sock ball, they are developing their hand-eye coordination. So the hand-eye coordination is being able to use your hand and being able to, your body to be able to follow through with the motions and being able to focus on a target, and your body's able to follow through with those motions and hitting that target. So some safety tips for this activity is, as your child is learning to throw, your child is developing aim, and it may cause him to hit the target behind him or behind you. Give yourself plenty of space for your child to roll and toss gently. You don't want anyone to get hurt. You don't want anything to get hit or broken. So just make sure when you're doing this activity that you're in an open space so that there's enough room for you to be able to move. Just a brain tip. When your child does an action over and over, the child's brain increases in strength and motor pathway. He's able to do more smoothly as he practices each time. So remember, practicing something over and over, that repetition is what gives your child that strength, that capacity to get better at certain skills. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your sock, I have my sock here, and you're going to fill it up with whatever you want to use. It calls for bean bags, but I have rice. So I'm going to take this and put it all in my sock. So remember, when you're filling it up, to be mindful. You don't want to make it too heavy because you don't want it to hit anything, any furniture that you have. So we're going to want to make it heavy enough to where it'll knock something over. So think about that last scoop. And then when you're finished, you're going to take it and you're going to tie the sock at its base. So you're going to tie it up. I'm going to use the scrunchie to tie it. So first, have your child just feel the beanbag, touch the texture of it to see how it feels. This is a good sensory activity, having your child feeling the tension that's inside of it. Then you can have your child compare the beanbag and maybe another ball, a smaller ball. See if they can tell the difference. What's the difference between the two? You can be like, you can kind of talk about a science word is density. So you're going to know that the density of the beanbag is going to be heavier than the ball because inside their substance is different inside the ball. It's air, so it'll be able to float. And then this one has a heavier density, so it won't be able to. So after you do that, you're going to have your child go to the opposite end of the room, and you're going to have your child, you roll the beanbag to your child. So roll it to the child, and then just watch to see how they respond, and encourage them to roll it back to you. And you can do this several times. You can either roll it or toss it, depending on your child's development, how they what they're willing to do. So you'll do that. And then to extend the activity, you can use either your box or a laundry basket. Just make sure that it has a big enough opening for your child to be able to toss it in it and aim towards their goal, have a goal for them to toss it into. So then you encourage your child to toss the ball up to see whether they're going to throw it far, are they going to throw it close to the target, and just make sure you're giving them that encouragement and that praise to help them focus and hit that target. Okay. So our second parent-child interaction is entitled Nesting Cans, and in this activity, the parenting behavior is responding. You're encouraging your child's accomplishments. You did it. It fits in. So you're going to be responding to what your child is doing and encouraging them to continue to work towards their goal. So for this activity, you're going to need different size bowls. You also, or you can also use cans, different size cans, or containers. Also for this activity, what I did, I'm going to show you what you can do for the younger ones. You can use just these different cups to help for them. So today we're going to focus on the cognitive development. So your child is developing spatial awareness as they work with the nesting cans. Your child is using trial and error to see how the cans can fit together. So a safety tip is to regularly inspect your homemade toys. You need to reapply tape or to make sure that any of the rough edges are smooth, so there isn't anything that's going to stick out or poke your child. So your child's brain is developing 3D vision when they notice the difference between different sizes of objects. So what you're going to do is invite your child to come and sit and play with you. We're going to start with the younger children. So basically you can just either give them the stack of cups to see what they're going to do, or you might have to take them and show them what to do with the cups. So for this, you can take the cups, sit them out, and then see if they're able to stack all the cups back on top of each other. Or you can see if they're able to take the cups and stack them up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see what's going to happen. They can stack them up to build a tower. Wow, good job. Then you encourage your child and have them to see if they can fit all back inside of one another. And then with the different size containers of bowl, you're going to do the same thing. So first you can show your child, separate them. Either you can stack them back inside of one another to see if they fit. Then your child is going to use trial and error. So they might put this one in next, and then you can see it doesn't fit inside. So you're going to encourage them. What do you think you should do? How do you think that's going to work? Does that fit inside of there? Oh, maybe we should try a different way. Then you can encourage them that way. Or you can take them and flip them over. And this is a good way to build a tower, to see how we can stack all of our containers on top of one another so that they can rest into a tower. So it's up to you how you want to do each. This is a good way to expand the activity so that the child can use it in different ways. So remember, you can stack them all inside of one another, or you can use the different cups to see if they can stack them up and then bring them back down. Help your child when you're doing this activity, you're helping them to experiment. Remember to be patient and allow them that time to use their critical thinking skills to see what type of decision they want to make. It's helped them with trial and error when they're able to do these activities. And you can also use the different words, our vocabulary. You know how we're talking about opposites. So then we have big. Which one is little? So remember, we have those opposites. Or you can add in another word, medium size. So we have big, medium, small. So just depending on your child and where they are within their vocabulary, these are different things that you can do with the nesting cups to help with their development. So today's parent-centered development is entitled Choosing an Age-Appropriate Toy for Your Toddler. Your child is starting to play with toys in a different way. As a baby, your child explored the world through their senses. Now, as a toddler, your child is beginning to build, create, represent real world, and also practice new skills. So when your child is playing, they're beginning to exercise hand-eye coordination. They also like to do things that they've seen adults do. And they want to complete a task. Before adding new toys to your home, ask yourself several questions. Is this toy age appropriate? So consider your child's development, their skill level, and their age to see whether a toy is appropriate. Remember to always do a size check to make sure that the toy isn't a choking hazard. So you need to make sure that the toy isn't able to pass through a choking tube. So a good way to measure this, you can actually use the toilet paper tube in your home. And if the toy or the different parts of the toy are able to pass through the toilet paper tube, then I wouldn't recommend you getting that for your child because it could be a choking hazard. So the toilet paper tube is representing your child's esophagus and throat. So if that toy is able to pass through that means your child might be able to easily swallow that toy, and that could be a hazard. So we want to make sure that we are always conscious of the size of toys that we're offering our toddlers, because they still explore with their mouth. They use through their senses, and one of their main things is putting things in their mouth. So you also want to ask yourself, what skill is my child going to learn while playing with this toy? So are they going to be doing pretend and learn? Are they going to be able to have open-ended ways to use this toy to allow your child to make choices? So different things like make-believe or doctor items or cooking items. Those are some good ways that your child is be able to use them openly and make different decisions exploring with the toys. Also, you should ask yourself, will my child like this? You know your child best, and you understand their temperament and the type of things that they enjoy. So if you know your child isn't really into different things, and you shouldn't get them. So if you know your child is interested in toys, in trucks and cars, then it would be a good decision to buy them something that have like either a wheel or something, or maybe like some Lego set, the big Lego sets that they can put together and build maybe their own toy, their own car, a truck. Then you have to ask yourself, will this toy last? Is it durable? Is it good quality, sturdy? Because you don't want anything that you bring home to fall apart within the first 3 days of your child having it. Or you want to make sure that you're making a good investment in your child's future, and it's something that they can use and explore and enjoy. So on the back of this handout, there's a chart, and it helps you understand exactly what toys do and help them, what different toys can help your child developmental areas. So we're going to talk, it talks about the language, cognitive, social and emotional, motor skill, and fine motor skill, and gross motor skill. So it's just the different toys and different things that your child, so they're a toddler at this time. So it's just different ideas of things that you can use to help your child in these different developmental domains. So we know that within a language domain, board books or pop-up books or picture books are some good ideas for you to use to help with your child's development as a toddler. But then as they grow older, things like read-along books, hardback books or audio books are different type of things that can help your child with their language development. So just review this chart so that you can kind of see what type of items or toys you would be willing to invest in to help your child in these developmental domains. Today's family well-being is entitled Reflections of a Healthy Relationship. Describing the characteristics, traits of someone that you admire can help you identify your own values. You may see how these values relate to your relationships and also to your parenting skills. So on this paper, it's asking you to reflect on a person that you admire. Think about who that person is and write down some of a description about what you admire about this person. Then you're going to think about how this person affects your life. So what about this person affects you directly in your life? So some of the character traits you might think about is someone who's honest, or someone who's fair, someone who's loving. So these are some of the character traits that you might want to reflect on as far as when you're thinking about this person. And then on the other side, you're going to take the time to think about the different relationships you have in your life. So you're going to think about what traits you are looking for in a mate, or what traits you're looking for in a friend. Then you can ask yourself, what is it that attracted you to your child's mother or your child's father? These are just some reflections when you think about some of the important relationships that you have in your life. And then you can reflect on what unique traits that you might bring to a relationship. So this is kind of reflecting on yourself and what you contribute to your relationship. Okay? So a healthy relationship, when you're reflecting on a healthy relationship, is one that is built primarily on positive feelings like love, trust, and friendship. Both people want the best for each other, and they support one another. Communication is vital in ensuring that a healthy relationship with a friend or family member. So you want to make sure that the relationships that you have in your life are appropriate, and they are bringing some kind of joy or support in your life. I want to thank you for joining me with this video. I really enjoyed making this video for you. I just want to give you a few reminders that on December 11th, we will be having our parent meeting for the month of December. It'll be from 9 to 11. We will also be having some awesome giveaways, so we really want to make sure that you're there so that you can participate with this awesome activity. And then I also just have just a few words I want to leave you with. So you can't rewind your child's life. You can stop the clock. You can't stop the clock from ticking, but there are a few things you can do as a parent. You can pause at a significant moment and celebrate what is happening while it is still happening. You can understand who your child is now so that you can shape who they will become later. You can leverage this present phase so that you can impact their future potential. Don't miss out on this phase. Then maybe your child won't miss out on something they need in their future. So remember this principle. If you don't miss out on your child's life, then maybe your child won't miss out on something important in their life. These are just some words I wanted to leave with you, to remember that just to be intentional with your parenting. When you're making decisions, when you're doing these activities, it's very important when you're there paying attention to what's going on in your child's life.